The Babylon Bee Podcast.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Babylon Bee Podcast, the only podcast on the internet that covers the news. I'm Kyle Mann, the editor-in-chief of the Babylon Bee, and I'm hanging out with my friends today, Travis and Brandon. I was hoping you guys would say hi.
So, hi.
Well, Travis didn't, so I was staying
Well,
silent
at
as
that
well.
point, it would just be weird if you did.
I apologize.
Well, guys, it's the Christmas season. We should have put on Santa hats. Why did we not do that?
Yeah.
Oh, well. It's the Christmas season. This is our Christmas special, and it is good to be hanging out with you guys. We hope you're having a great time with your family over the holiday season. What are your guys' Christmas plans?
I don't know.
I'm staying home.
Yeah, I'm staying home.
So-
I just don't know.
Nothing special.
I think Grandpa's coming over. He'll probably just be like, "Hey, I got gifts for everybody." That's what he sounds like. He's
Yeah.
Italian.
Hey, your gifts for
Yeah,
everybody.
He's not Italian.
This happens every year, but this year in particular was particularly egregious. But just snuck up on me the whole Christmas thing. Like just being busy. I guess I was out of the country for part of November, so all of a sudden it's Christmas time, and I don't know what to do. I don't know.
Me and Brandon have been staying late at the office every night this week, and every night we're like, we should leave and go get our wives some Christmas gifts. And then we don't.
I did,
You did, and then you didn't get anything, right? Or you got a couple small things.
Very small things, yeah. I'm very bad at it. Sorry, Amy.
I had good intentions this year, and just never.
You should wrap those up.
Wrap up the intentions.
Just have a little note that says I had good
intentions this year. Yeah. In fact, I just texted my mom and said,
I had
what
good
would you like for
intentions, but
Christmas?
poor follow through.
Smart.
And I said, we are getting started early this year.
So does your family do Christmas lists or no?
No. I did growing up.
Yeah.
My wife has been kind of adamant that she doesn't want the kids to have expectations. They just get what they get,
Right.
We have the Amazon lists. Yeah. We do the Amazon lists.
So like with the in-laws and with our extended families, we have like Christmas lists, what they want to know what to buy for us. But I just like the element of
Surprise.
I didn't just look at a list and say I'm going to get this for you. I actually thought of this for you, but I'm also bad at that. So
Yeah, but then you get stuff you don't want.
Yeah. So.
but
yes.
that's the thing. It's like you try to get something that they want. Oh, surprise. Yeah.
Well, it's if the thought actually counts, then not having a list is good because then no matter what you get, you appreciate it.
Right. I'm saying this, the spirit of gift giving is not just buying something for someone. I think the spirit of gift giving is trying to decide what they would want, but I'm just bad at it.
And then buying it.
Yeah.
I also think because shopping has shifted so much to online now, it's not quite the same where you can just wander stores that have weird, quirky stuff and grab random things. Like there's the mall, but every mall is homogenous. It's all the same stuff no matter where you go.
They're not as unique as they used to be.
Yeah.
They used to have nice little stores, and now everything's just clothing.
Yeah, I saw this little comic book store, and there's a giant Funko Pop of Knuckles.
Right. So you used to go.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Yeah, whether or not it was at the mall or just in downtown, whatever, before the internet, you could just window shop and just be like, oh, that's perfect for so-and-so. I'm getting it.
Yeah.
And now you can't really do that in the same way.
I think there should be a mix, right? Like get me something, get me something that you just thought of, and then hey, this is also from your Amazon list.
That's fair.
So as social media and the internet becomes more invasive into our lives, how long is it going to be till Facebook sells us, hey, you want to get your wife a good gift? I know exactly what she wants. I'll sell it to you for $10, or I'll give you the info for $10.
Reveal it for $10.
Exactly.
Just the info.
Exactly.
Yeah, because they already do that, but they just show it to you.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
And soon they'll charge you.
Exactly.
I think you can always tell when the guy's desperate because he just saw a Facebook ad at the last minute and bought something. Like, this is a...
Yeah.
I get weird Facebook ads that have nothing to do with my interests, like bicycling shorts.
You've never bicycled in your life?
Have you ever worn bicycle shorts?
This is gone.
This is stumping you way more than I expected. Like, oh no, they're going to find out my secret bicycle
my
passion.
secret bike.
He opens his closet, 20 pairs of bicycle shorts.
I have an addiction to bicycle shorts. But I only skateboard with him.
We're in crunch time right now. A new administration will be sworn in soon, but as great as that is, it also means that our enemies still have days left to stir up trouble. That could mean a cyber attack, an invasion, or God forbid, a nuclear strike. So until the longtime bureaucrats are out of Washington, I'm not taking any chances. That's why I have an emergency food supply from my Patriot Supply. Right now, they're offering $100 off their 3-month emergency food kit. It's got 2,000 calories per day for a whole 3 months. Plenty to get you through even a prolonged emergency. All of their food kits last up to 25 years in storage. Plus, they come in rugged, weatherproof buckets. Go to preparewithb.com to order your 3-month emergency food kit. I've got an emergency food kit in my home because my safety and security are worth it. Go to preparewithb.com to order your 3-month emergency food kit now.
Well, we're looking forward to the Christmas season. Hope you guys are having a great Christmas season as well. We're going to round up the news today, but first, we're going to talk about the Babylon Bees 2024. We published, this is our...
Cue music.
Ding, jingle bells. Oh, wait, can you say that's copyright? Copyright?
That is copyrighted, yes.
Jingle Bells is copyrighted?
Jingle right, copyright.
No, Travis is singing.
My version is
Yes.
copyrighted,
okay.
yes.
All right. So this is the Babylon Bees Wrapped. This is put together by our social media gal, Morgan, and she wrote, we published 2,108 articles this year, which is 10% increase from the 1929 we published in 2023. Oh, that's interesting.
Wow.
And
Sounds
that's-
like we did a good job.
Yeah, and that was a couple weeks ago, so we've published even more now.
Oh.
That's great.
From this year, the top individuals featured on the Babylon Bee were Donald Trump with 222 features. That's a lot.
And climbing.
And
Followed by Joseph Robinette Biden
Ah.
at 202 times.
Mm-hmm.
Not as many electoral votes as Donald J. Trump. Who's third on the list, Travi?
It's Kamala Harris. Followed by Tim Walz, her actual running mate.
At 129 times and 34 times, respectively.
Thank you.
That's a precipitous drop-off.
And finally, Elon Musk with 26 features. on the
Honestly,
Babylon.
that surprises me. I thought we did more Elon headlines than that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
only 26. Sad.
Average of one every 2 weeks.
Well, the political stuff is like Biden was saying something dumb every day, so I was like, oh, here's today's Biden headline. You
Pretty
know,
much. There's almost a Biden
that feels
headline
about
every
right to me. Like once every week or two, putting up a Musk headline. Yeah, that sounds about right.
day. Yeah, is it always like sort of wish fulfillment? Like, I want Elon Musk to do this, so I'm going to write it.
Yeah, Elon Musk gives me $100.
Excellent satire. So our most controversial headlines are from 1 to 5. I don't know why I said that. I don't know if it's in order of
Yeah,
controversy.
is 5 the most or is 5 the least? I'm assuming 5
I
is
would
the
say
least.
1 is the ones that got the most.
Yeah,
like,
Okay,
I would
the
assume
number
so.
one most
So let's start with
controversial.
5.
The
the
number
suspense.
5 most controversial headline is Trump adds a Kennedy and hopes he will draw all the sniper fire.
All right, our number 4 is Delta introduces new short plane for special needs pilots.
Number
man.
3, Rashida Tlaib uninjured after her pager mysteriously explodes.
Nice.
These are all good. Number 2, you're going to be a perpetual what? Joseph asks Mary on wedding night.
The Catholics going on that one. And number 1, Trump promises Vivek an administration position running the White House 7-Eleven. Even weighed in on by Vivek himself, who liked it.
He liked it.
We made him a little 7-Eleven badge,
Name tag
employee
and
badge.
handed it to him. Yep.
How did now? I don't know if you know the behind-the-scenes development on these Wrapped statistics. How was like controversy?
I assume it was
tabulated?
based on engagement and views for those headlines.
and
yeah.
hate mail.
And
That seems to track. That seems
yeah,
to
those
track.
got a ton
does.
of engagement because people were fired up. All right, here's our 2024 by the numbers. 2 genders read our articles.
all of them. We got all of them.
Yeah, we got both.
Yeah.
A new record.
We released 1 feature film.
Nice.
We also released 1 new book.
And we filed 1 lawsuit in favor of free speech.
Which created 1 very mad Gavin Newsom.
Ah, what a great 2024.
What's in the news this week?
Have you heard about these drones? What's the deal with drones?
I've only heard about them marginally. I know something's going on, but I don't know what.
They're seeing lights in the sky.
I'm about to sneeze.
Very mad about the drone.
Ah,
They're seeing lights in the sky, and I'm hearing everything from, their airplanes to their hobbyist drones to their just U.S. drones. It does seem weird if they were going to be Iranian spy drones that they would put lights on them. That seemed a little...
Yeah, but it just that's how they come out of the box. They didn't know
They
how
forgot to
customize
change the
it.
default settings.
Yeah,
When it came out.
it's on the demo mode, so it's always flashing. So I guess there's widespread sightings near infrastructure in New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, Connecticut, and Maryland. That's weird.
And the weird thing is the New Jersey governor, Phil Murphy, weighed in on it and said the minute you get eyes on them, they go dark. These are apparently very sophisticated. This is something we're taking deadly seriously.
Deadly serious.
So you look at them and they go dark?
And they go dark. So that's another weird thing. It's like, why not just leave the lights off all the time then?
How do they know you're looking at them?
It's just,
Yeah, I know.
yeah.
I don't know, aliens?
Maybe this New Jersey governor is part of a psyop. And Trump said, the government knows what's happening. Our military knows where they took off from. If it's a garage, they can go right into that garage.
What?
They know where it came from and where it went. And for some reason, they don't want to comment. And I think they'd be better off saying what it is. Our military knows and our president knows. And for some reason, they want to keep people in suspense.
You know what the funny thing is? As you were saying that, I was imagining Trump saying that and talking about the government and the president, and I was like, wait, but my brain's already switched over to Trump's.
Oh yeah, but he's the president.
I mean, effectively, Biden is probably the lamest lame duck of all time.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad.
He was a lame duck for the last, year or whatever.
People aren't even really asking him about the drones because they're like, yeah, he doesn't.
He
know.
doesn't know anything. Trump also said, I can't imagine it's the enemy because if it was the enemy, they'd blast it out, even if they were late.
See, they mean the government would blow them up.
Okay. They'd blast it out. Something strange is going on. For some reason, they don't want to tell the people.
So is Trump going to tell us day one?
You better. He's promised now. And he always keeps his promises.
Always. But so what do you guys think? I mean, are they just weird people doing gender reveal parties like one of our articles
Could be.
suggested?
Could
or
be the gender reveal.
I mean, apparently there are so many, and because they're near infrastructure like military bases and power lines and things like that.
Well, how would it not be near? If you're flying overhead, you're always near it.
Well, not
Where
if
people
you're,
are.
Not if you're.
Well, if they're near military installations, it could be the Chines. It's
be
very
the Chines.
possible. Could be the Chines.
Or do you think maybe it's the robots from the hit movie Batteries Not Included?
I don't know this movie. Is that these guys
That
here?
is the picture on screen.
Okay, so they fly into your bedroom?
Well, and they spy on old people.
Okay.
And then old people go, their batteries are running out, and they try and fix them.
Is that the whole movie?
No. I mean, kind of. It's a kid's movie. I saw it a long time ago. You've never seen it, Brandon?
I believe I saw it. I don't remember anything about it.
Oh. I just remember it. For some reason, it really stuck in my mind.
What was the one with the little alien spaceship and the little creatures on the UFO and the kid sneaks into the little garbage can thing onto the UFO? What was that movie? Did I just make it up?
Yeah.
No, it's a movie.
That's called Garbage Alien.
It's a movie.
There was a bunch of movies like that back in the
The
90s.
Navigator?
Flight of the Navigator.
That was it.
That
was it.
I just thought of them.
Hmm.
Speaking of movies, I saw War of the Rohirrim this week in the theater.
Oh, you did?
The Lord of the Rings anime.
Well, I want to hear about that.
I thought it was pretty good.
Now,
I'm not going to lie.
how do you feel about anime in general?
I want to like anime, but every anime I've seen is like weird. So I like anime styles.
Sure.
I like anime style, like the style. If I see a good piece of anime artwork, I'm like, that looks cool.
Yeah.
You know, but all the anime is just a little weird. Japan is weird.
Japan is weird.
You know, so I like Avatar: The Last Airbender, which is like anime
American
style, but it's American, like American anime. It's a little cleaner. It's not gross.
Yeah.
So
War of the Rohirrim?
War of the Rohirrim. Yes.
Rohirrim, yes. So you liked it.
I liked it. It was a little girl bossy because it's like they made up this character that's like only mentioned once in Tolkien, and they really fleshed her out.
Okay, so it didn't quite make her up, but fleshed her out.
They gave her a name.
history.
She doesn't even named in Tolkien.
Did she stand up to a villain and say, "I'm no man"?
No, but yes, they make it like she's the precursor to to Eowyn, and Eowyn actually narrates the movie.
Oh, awesome.
Miranda Otto.
that's
Well,
narrates the movie.
I would be happy to see it.
Yeah, I thought the animation was really cool, and I was like, this feels like a Lord of the Rings story. So I was pleasantly surprised, and I would like to see more of this style of kind of short anime film in the world of Middle Earth. I would enjoy it.
I do enjoy anime. I think yes, the Japanese are very weird, but also it's a medium that captures melancholy and certain human emotions that I feel no other medium does as well as anime.
Sure.
Particularly like melancholy, longing, a sense of wonder. It's able to blend a combination of a level of realism, like the matte paintings in anime are absolutely gorgeous. Some of the art direction and their pacing, blocking, character direction, like unmatched by any other country in animation medium. And you're able to take certain concepts that wouldn't inherently work in live action. They're maybe a little too whimsical, and yet there's still a sense of gravity to them. But yeah, there is a lot of weird stuff out there too.
Well, hold on. Have you seen Disney Pixar's Up?
Yes.
I cried.
Melancholy.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I cried.
I think I almost cried.
I think I wrote a Facebook status update a few years ago saying something along the lines of that the first 7 minutes of Up are greater than most motion pictures.
It's true. And all animes.
And no words.
Hey, do you think our economy is headed in the right direction? Even with Trump back in office, fixing things is not going to be easy. Elon Musk warns of temporary hardships ahead with over $36 trillion in debt already spent and inflation creeping back up. Prices are rising and your financial independence is at risk. That's why Priority Gold created the Free Wealth Preservation Guide to help you shield your savings from inflation, government overreach, and economic uncertainty. Text GUIDE to 24999 to get your free guide now and discover 3 strategies to defend your wealth before it's too late. Visit prioritygold.com or text GUIDE to 24999 today.
You said that Tolkien created the character, but didn't name her.
Yeah.
So how does she, is she in the Silmarillion? Like, where does she come up?
So this takes place 200 years before Lord of the Rings. And it's, not to spoil too much, but it's Helm Hammerhand, whom Helm's Deep is named after.
So he was named.
Yeah, and he's in the movie, and it's his daughter. But it's all the characters, but she's kind of the central dynamic character journey.
So he has like a robot hand that's just a hammer, and he hits.
I don't know how much of this is in Tolkien's Legendarium, but they basically make it where Hammerhand, he just punches people to death.
Good old Hammerhand.
And it's very anime, and it's very cool.
Yeah. Wham! Like One Punch Man or something.
Yes.
While we're on the topic of movies, I would like to mention a movie that I have seen more than anyone else in the world.
Wow.
I've seen this movie more times than anyone else in the world. And that movie is January 6th, The Most Deadliest Day. Now available on digital versatile disc. You can own a copy of this and watch it more times than me. Because currently I am the world record holder. But soon it will be Sue Peterson.
Now, are you counting only complete watches beginning to end, or are you counting
both?
Okay.
Oh well.
I've seen it complete more than anyone else, and I've seen it
Okay. How many times do you think you've watched it complete?
several dozen.
Okay. Yeah, you've
Several
probably
dozen
seen it the
times.
most then.
I don't think there's a question.
Yeah. I don't know.
Maybe.
Sue Peterson.
She might already be.
I don't really
going
know
for it.
But yeah, we got these out on DVD, so check it out. If your boomer parents couldn't figure out how to watch it on our website, you can get this at shop.babylonb.com. And it's a beautiful little production. There's also some director's commentary tracks on here. Special descriptive audio by Travis for the blind.
For our blind listeners.
And deleted scenes. So go to shop.babylonb.com and check this out. And use code podcast for a little discount.
Wow. That sounds like a great Christmas gift idea.
Yeah.
Well, not now.
But
It's
you
a
know
little
where we
later.
don't ship? Canada. And speaking of Canada, I don't know if we ship to Canada or not. But
I think we shift again.
Trudeau might resign or something?
Yeah, so
wow.
that's what I'm hearing in the news. Ben Shapiro was talking about it on his podcast the other day, and he's feeling pressure, and his liberal government is kind of falling apart around him, partially because all of his ideas are terrible, and especially after Trump's pressuring him about tariffs, and things just aren't looking good. But beyond that, I didn't really know much else, so I tried to get some info. but I don't understand the Canadian government or who the people are.
He's been in office for like 10 years, right? I
Long
don't
time.
think they have term limits.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's one of those weird fake countries that has a
Yeah.
parliament where it's like not
Right.
it's not a real ruler who's like
Yeah.
I'm the president. It's like as long as you people like me, I'm here. Oh, you guys don't.
Oh,
I guess I'm out. You know, like it's
So he might resign, but if he resigns, that doesn't automatically trigger an election. It's more like it goes to whoever his vice equivalent is.
So you had Grok explain it to you like you were 5?
Yeah, because I was having a hard time with it. So Grok said, okay, so imagine you have a big house where everyone plays different games.
Okay.
The leader of the house, who's like the big kid who decides which games we play, is named Justin. Lately, some friends in the house, even some who used to play with Justin, are saying he's not very good at choosing games anymore.
Just lately.
They're saying they want someone else to pick the games. Now, there's this one friend, Jagmeet.
Is that a real
Yes.
person?
Yeah.
Jagmeet.
Who's kind of like, maybe Justin should stop being the leader. And this is real. There's this guy named Jagmeet who's called for him to resign.
Oh, there's a real guy named
Classic,
Yes.
classic Jagmeet.
I don't know if that's how you pronounce it.
Okay.
But he's not saying we should all go home and pick a new leader right away. There's also talk that Justin might decide to take a break from being the leader. Like he's thinking about it. But the grown-ups who help Justin, they say he's not leaving the game yet. But they might change some rules or take a little break before deciding on new games. Everyone in the house is talking about it. Some are excited, some are worried. And they're all wondering if a new kid, Pierre, might get to pick the games next. But we don't know for sure yet, so we're just waiting to see what happens.
That was very reassuring.
I actually really like that explanation.
I've been cutting back on politics just for my mental health and stress levels, but that was pretty soothing.
So have Twitter's
I'm just gonna
or
have Grok
X's
explain things
Grok
to me now, yeah.
explain things as if you are 5, and everything will be great.
I think I'm more confused.
Oh, okay. Well, you see, they live in a big house.
Where everybody
Jagmeet,
plays-
listen.
The house is
Jagmeet.
Canada.
The problem to me is that the premise was so already out there. Like,
Yeah.
there's this big house and all these kids just living there playing games all day. Like, what?
Yeah.
Why are there games? I don't.
Now there's another kid. Let's call him, I don't know, Jagmeet.
All right. Anyway, here's a Babylon Bee headline: Powerful. This Broadway production called a little retarded girl up on stage.
Oh, that is
Oh,
powerful.
that's so sweet. No, it's not a retarded girl. It's Ketanji Brown Jackson. It's a play called And Juliet.
Yeah, which is a gay take on Romeo and Juliet.
Okay.
Where Juliet lives, does not kill herself,
Okay.
and then goes on gay adventures, I guess.
Juliet and her gay adventures. So KBJ said it was her dream to appear on Broadway and become the first black Supreme Court justice to appear on
Yeah.
Broadway.
So I did have a question, Kyle. Given that Ketanji Brown Jackson is a terrible Supreme Court justice and is arguably retarded, is this actually satire? Or did they actually just invite, hey, the little retard went up on stage?
Sometimes we blur the lines at the Babylon Bee. Is it B? Is it not the B? Who knows? And so it's a little bit it's a little bit of a both.
Yeah. So I'm just hoping this opens the door for Clarence Thomas to follow in her footsteps.
That would be wonderful.
Yeah. Maybe he could be like one of the cats.
Yeah.
Idris Elba did it.
Or
Idris Elba was a cat
Yeah.
in the movie Cats?
Yeah.
oh look, he
Oh,
was.
he already did
Clarence
it.
Thomas wows audiences with starring role in Annie.
Beautiful.
Oh, that's just. I like traumatizing Bettina, our Photoshop expert.
I understand the appeal.
She gets messages from me at all hours of the day and night. Can you Photoshop Clarence Thomas in a red dress?
And a curly
In a
red wig.
curly wig. It's not for work. It's like, and she did a great job on this. So I very much enjoy Clarence Thomas's turn as Annie.
It's a perfect face, too. He looks so happy. Like he's really in it. Like, yeah, I made it to Broadway.
In America, we resolve our differences at the battle box. You know, that's how we do it, at the battle box, not with bullets.
This is the time where we go into the battle box. 2 things enter, 1 thing leaves. Who will survive the battle box? Today's battle box is between Die Hard and Home Alone.
Okay.
Which movie is best?
So here's the question I have up front. If it's the first movies, and one of them doesn't exist, does that mean the sequels don't exist because the first movie doesn't exist? Because I think Die Hard did more in the sequel territory than Home Alone did.
That's true.
Well, if we're going to go that far, would that movie's influence on other films also be gone? So if you wipe out Die Hard, do you wipe out modern action films?
But you also, if you wipe out Home Alone, that set a huge precedent for family, comedy, action-oriented films.
That's true.
I don't think the question was, do we go back in time and kill Chris Columbus? I think the question is, which movie do we like better?
Right.
Well,
But-
I propose another question. Which should we eliminate? Die Hard, Home Alone,
From all of
or Chris
existence?
Columbus?
Chris Columbus or Christopher Columbus?
If there's no Home Alone series, arguably Trump doesn't win the presidency.
Yeah.
I didn't think about it
Rose
that
to
way.
fame in Home Alone 2.
He did. That's when people first
And it
found
launched.
out who he was.
It also launched Pierce Morgan to fame as the homeless lady.
Was he the homeless guy? No, that's true.
It does look like her. Also, Rob Schneider.
For my money, I would rather watch Home Alone than Die Hard.
Interesting.
I enjoy both movies. Die Hard's kind of violent. Is there nudity or I forget?
There is nudity for like a split second, and
So from
it's when the terrorists first raid the offices and someone's having like office nookie.
Sometimes I don't know if movies have nudity on them because I saw them on TV or I have like
right. So I couldn't remember,
Yeah.
but
I bought many years ago. I went to China and I purchased movies, and China is notoriously censorial, and so I also have censored movies from China.
I wish you could just buy the TV edits of some movies. I mean, that's pretty much how VidAngel makes their money because they can't.
Yeah.
You can't sell those, but I wish you could.
I'm just sitting down with my kids watching a movie. It's like Home Alone. It's like I'm not gonna. And Die Hard is to me, Die Hard is a more crowded genre. Like
That's true.
action movie, I have other options in that vein. Home Alone, like they don't really make those kinds of movies anymore. Like 90s, kind of feel good kid.
Well, I mean,
A little bit of wish fulfillment, like being alone, and here's all the stuff that I get to do. And
right, Die Hard is a lot of fun, but it's an action movie. The premise, there's nothing crazy about it.
Yeah.
Home Alone really thought outside the box.
yeah, it is an interesting premise, And every kid watched that trailer or whatever and was like, I need to see that movie, like Home Alone. You know what I would do when I was home alone? Like
Oh man,
order pizza.
I'm gonna admit something terrible I did as a child partially because of Home Alone. I once set up a trap on the stairs. It was a needle just facing up in the carpet. And my mom stepped on it.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
And I felt so bad. But to me, like having no developed prefrontal cortex, I was just thinking, I'm setting a trap for the bad guys. And my mom stepped on it.
Oh my gosh.
friendly fire. So did she comically like step on it and then fly off?
Let me
the
tell you, there was nothing comical about it.
Okay, so you might be carrying a little baggage into this discussion.
Yeah.
But I would still go with Home Alone.
Really? Okay.
What about you?
I have to say I would go with Die Hard.
Okay.
Die Hard is one of the greatest action movies ever made. Home Alone is a great movie, a great classic, but I wouldn't say it's one of the greatest kids movies.
I think it is one of the great kid movies. I agree with you about Die Hard. I do think it is one of the great action movies.
Also, where would Bruce Willis be today without Die Hard?
It's true. Now, I do kind of wish, what if we just swapped the premises of the films?
Okay.
We have Bruce Willis, Home Alone, defending his home against terrorists.
Okay.
And then you could take Home Alone and say Kevin McAllister goes to this Christmas party and ends up having to crawl through the vents. And I mean, both of them have them kind of setting traps in some way.
Well, that's
and like,
that's the thing. So, like, some people
ambushing
even
guys.
call Home Alone like the kid version of Die Hard.
in some ways, yeah, in some ways, sure.
It's a little different because
It's more defending than it
it's-
is like attacking.
it is more defending. Yes. But the idea that they don't know where Kevin is and
Yeah,
just
yeah.
these things are happening.
Whoa.
Whoa. And then there's that part when like Marv gets thrown down the stairs in this bag over his head and it says, ho, 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 I've got a machine gun on him.
Ah, yes.
You remember that part of Home Alone.
The other thing with Home Alone is it kind of had the Rube Goldberg
Yep.
fantasy for us. Like it wasn't much, right? It was like bowling ball
yeah.
into bucket or something. But
as
kids, that's like fast.
just-
You're like, oh my gosh, you could like roll something into something and knock something else.
and just his
over.
level of innovation with like the train set and the cardboard cutout. Well, why did they have cardboard cutouts in their house?
Well, did he just have them? Was
I
he
understood
like Michael Jordan or something.
They had
He
Michael
like-
Jordan. I understood having like one, but he had like a bunch of different things, and then mannequins. I'm like,
I have
why
the
are
perfect
these
thing for
here?
this. My parents' collection of mannequins.
It was like when we visited the Women's Republican Club for the J6 movie, and they had not one but multiple like Trump
life-size
cutouts. Yeah,
stand-ups, standees of Trump.
Yeah. Also, I completely understand Kevin's, the reasoning. Like, oh, I just need to turn the lights on, pretend people are home, robbers go away. As a kid, that's perfect. That's what you think. But it's weird to me that he never thinks, I'm going to call the police.
well, didn't they?
Yeah, isn't there something where the
I think they.
The mom calls the police from Europe, sends them over there, and he's just afraid to answer the door. But that's different than him.
No, but there was also didn't they have something about like because one of the thieves he like scopes out the place pretending to be a police officer.
Right.
Did they somehow see a reason why he couldn't call the cops there?
I don't think they
been a
really
while since I've seen it.
cemented that is the reason, but that actually makes sense.
But also,
I don't remember enough of the movie, but there I think there is some kind of plot reason that he can't call the cops.
But also another point in Home Alone's favor is Catherine O'Hara, whom I recently learned was also in Nightmare Before Christmas as Sally.
Yeah, she is Sally.
Didn't realize that.
And Beetlejuice as Beetlejuice.
Did you, going off topic, did you see Beetlejuice?
I did not.
It's actually really good.
Oh.
I was really impressed with it.
Nice.
I don't think I've ever seen the full movie.
The
I have
original
seen-
Beetlejuice?
I've seen
Beetlejuice.
the
I think I've seen like clips on TV as a kid, but
Yeah, I wasn't allowed to watch it.
Yeah.
But my wife did show it to me.
No. Did you like it?
Not really.
I also wasn't allowed to watch Nightmare Before Christmas. I saw that
I was
as an
not. My
adult.
wife showed that one to me too.
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Not really.
It's
I never was into the like Halloween
spooky
aesthetic
stuff.
Yeah.
as a kid. Like movies that are like, oh, look how goofy and quirky and Tim Burton, everybody's pale.
Specifically Tim Burton aesthetic.
Yeah, I was never really into that.
I was surprised that we were allowed to see Hocus Pocus.
I was not allowed to see that.
And
Did
My
your
wife
wife
showed
show
that
it to you?
to me,
Did
yes.
you like it?
I did not like that one.
and looking back on it, I was like, there's a lot of like sexual innuendo in this, especially for a kids movie.
And the second movie is even worse.
And I think everybody in the movie is a terrible person. So I don't know.
But it had Marshall from Erie, Indiana.
Yes, that's who that is. Erie, Indiana. Man, that show, I haven't thought about that show.
Do you remember the ATM that gave his best friend Simon? He gave him money. Like it was an artificial intelligence ATM, and it made friends with Marshall's best friend and was just giving him money.
I don't think I saw that episode. That's a good one. Well, to be fair, I might have. I only remember one episode, even though I've watched it
The
more than once.
Tupperware one.
I do remember that one. Yes. Oh man. So yeah, they were sealing women in Tupperware
Or I
because
think
it was preserving them.
boys in Tupperware. Like these boys, like
Boys,
always
yeah.
stayed like young because they were sealed in Tupperware.
I wasn't allowed to go to Erie, Indiana as a kid.
Did your wife
And she
take
took
you
me,
there? Did you like it?
I did.
No, the episode I remember was that there was some kid who had a pencil and whatever they drew on paper came true.
In
Was it called
Tupperware?
Harold and the Purple Crayon?
Yes. That was
Starring Zachary Levi.
Zachary Levi.
You know what? I watched that movie with my
Yeah,
kids, and I'll say better than I expected.
No, that's good.
Also, is that the premise of the movie? I kind of extrapolated.
That it's better than I expected.
No,
Yes.
that he draws things and they come to life.
Yes, but it's weird because it's like, there's that picture book, Harold and the Purple
That-
Crayon. So the premise is that picture book is real, and then that world in the picture book is real, and that Harold grows up in the book and then comes out of the book.
So he was drawn by the Purple Crayon.
He was drawn by the author of the book,
Okay.
who is Alfred Molina, and then he draws his way out to go see the author, but
To gain
Spoilers.
the power of the book
To
and the
kill
palm of his
God.
hand. It's not the best movie in the world, but I was pleasantly surprised because
Yeah,
it didn't do very well.
They didn't market it very well. I remember seeing like, this is kind of strange. Like older guy playing Harold. I don't get it.
Well, yeah, I thought like, why is he just being a kid again? But it's because he's not a real person.
Yeah.
That is the answer.
All right.
He plays
Just
kids,
like the real
He
Zachary
plays kids a
Levi.
lot. Shazam.
Yeah, he was in Shazam.
Old Shazam.
That's true. All right. Well, Home Alone wins. Moving on to the end of the podcast, which is the subscriber portion of the podcast. So, guys, If you're not a subscriber, become a subscriber to the Babylon Bee at plans.babylonbee.com. You'll get all our exclusive content. Use code podcast, and you'll get a little discount to join us. We're going to go to the rest of the podcast now for subscribers, where we are going to recount some of our subscribers' favorite and most beloved Christmas stories.
Wow, I'm excited.
For the rest of you, Merry Christmas. Hope you guys have a great New Year. We'll probably take a couple weeks off for the holidays, so you might not see us for a little bit. We'll see you guys next time.
This has been a taste of a special episode of the Babylon Bee podcast, but it's for subscribers only. Go to babylonbee.com/plans to become a Babylon Bee subscriber who gets access to special episodes like these of the Babylon Bee podcast.